Hello and good evening. Um, I'd like to welcome us. If you can hear me, please turn your video on so we can see each other. We long to have a wonderful section today, and I really hope that you are going to enjoy a good time in the meeting today. I said we're going to be having a live test today, and you're going to be basing it on the lessons the assignment we did. Most possibly, we may have to be repeating the test we did. So, by the dot of, I'm going to be waiting for some people to join us now. By dot of 9:05, you will, will be commencing the test. If you can hear me, please, I'd like us to turn our video on if you can, please. If you can turn your video on, please do that. We have 2 minutes to go to the YouTube page, to the Telegram page, and get the Cambridge Test 3 and Cambridge 13 Test 1. Please, I like us to turn our videos on and get set for the test. We are going to have a mini test. Go on Telegram page, Cambridge Test 1, Cambridge 13 Test 1. We'll be having a live test right here. People are not responding. No. Please, if you are ready for the test, can I see a sign? Show me an hand, show me a signal that you're ready for the test. Send the message that you're ready for the test. So that we can start up. Okay, thank you, Ma. Thank you. You're welcome, Ma. So, I'd like to see a sign that we're ready for the test. You're welcome. So, test starts 9:05 and ends 9:35. And you'll be required to post your score on the chat page. You'll be marking for 5 minutes. Cambridge 13 Test 1. And please, if you are doing the test, you need to turn your video on to prove that. So that means that if you do the test without your video, that means probably you didn't do the test at all. I like to see you do the tests. Though I don't need to hear you, but I like to see you do the test. So the time starts now. You can start. It will be preferable that you use your earpiece, at least for you to be able to hear me properly. So we have started the test already. We have 30 minutes. Text Cambridge 13, Test 1. Let me just write this in the chat room so that everybody can see that. We are on a test. A mini test.
Sir, there is the audio is not on the Telegram page.
It's on Telegram page. It's on Telegram page. On a
It's
mini
not there.
test. It's not there. Okay. The audio is there. Please check Cambridge Chatting Test 1.
It's not there, sir.
It's not there. Okay. Let me see. What I will do is I will repost it. It's there. I'm seeing it here now. And I will not mind doing that. But it is there. I'm just reposting it now. So if you don't mind, you can check it again. I just reposted
You
it.
sent test
Test 1.
this afternoon.
Okay.
And we've done that.
Okay, you have done
We've done
test 2.
as the assignments
Okay.
for yesterday's work.
Okay. So I'm saying test 1 right now. Sorry for that. I'm saying test 1 right immediately. Sorry for that. I actually thought it was test 1 that we did yesterday. So it's there already. I just sent it now. It's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It should land in 2 seconds. Or let's say 2 minutes, yeah. So that means we are pushing the time over start to 2:10. To 9:10, not 9:05. Okay.
So
It's
are we doing
before doing this
everything?
on reading rather than on. Yes, it's a 30 minutes test. So we're going to do from 1 to 40. Just apply the principles we were taught or the ones you know. If you are in the class yesterday, the principles we taught. If you are probably coming for the first time, apply the principles you know. Okay. So just apply whatever principles you have learned about writing text on it, and let's see how it works. Okay. And there's no gift for the best, so just try and follow the rules. That's why I said everybody's video should be on so I can see you. Of course, I'm not going to do. I'm not invigilating, but I just feel that we should give it a little bit of text environment and make it look like a class. Okay, so let's have got the videos on. For me, I don't think video will disrupt your network or reduce the amount of data that is being used. I don't think so, but if you think so, no problem. But notwithstanding, let's try our best to get uh, the environment to be secured for class. Let's try and make ourselves look classy, anything like that anyway, so that we can at least have some really good time to ourselves and enjoy ourselves. Some people are raising up their hands. I don't know if you like me to maybe say something or do something. Please, you can ask your question on the chat room. I will answer. For those who have turned on their videos, thank you very much. So we can start now. The source is there already. We can start. So people think we are having the class on Telegram. We are not having the class on Telegram. Oh, please, if anybody can help us go to Telegram and announce that it's not on Telegram. Oh, it's on Zoom or YouTube. So I've heard already, please. I expect that everybody has started. Please, if you are doing the test, I don't mean to disturb. Oh, sorry. Let me mute my audio.
Mister, which work are they doing right now?
Please, attest, what is it again? Test what? Test what? Wallahi, only
I think we should be rounding up now. Um, it looks like everybody is still looking so serious, so we'll give it maybe 5 minutes more. I think we should be through now. I will give everybody 5 minutes more. So by 9:45, everybody should have been through. Whether marking or place. All right, I think we need to stop now. Please, wherever you are, let's begin to post in our scores. Let's begin to post in our scores, please. The mark is towards the end, and if you miss a dot, apart from the two options, please, you missed it. If you missed a dot, apart from the two options, you missed it. If you missed a dot, if they give two options and you are not picking any of the two options, you missed it. If you missed one dot, that is one dot like full stop or comma or anything, apart from the two options, you missed it out. So please mark diligently, mark sincerely. Okay, I've seen the first score, 37. So don't worry, if you have a low score, it's not a big deal. We are all learning, and I think this is a very good way to assess ourselves properly. In my own opinion, it's like we just started real class. That's my opinion. No? And if you can stay true to what we are doing here, you are actually, you know, setting yourself up for genuine success in IELTS.
Kí ló gbà? Mi ò tiẹ̀ ṣe méjì ìwọ.
So let's paste our score. Okay, the answer is towards the end. You can finish up, sir.
mo ti mú tiẹ̀ báyìí. Ìwọ náà mú ti tòde. Mute.
Please, I'm helping us to mute. Mrs. Anna, please don't unmute so that probably you help others who are still trying to finish up, please. Thank you. Okay, 24. I don't understand the audio fixing them to the right questions. No. I was lost. I just started. Please, Mrs. Chinyene, please don't worry. You get to do it another time. Once it's 9:50, everybody is to stop. Well, even if you're number 4, so so if you're just starting, no problem. Once I say stop, everybody stops. So we have 3 minutes to mark, to do everything, to mark, to check your score and everything. You have 3 minutes. All right. I think I want us to just walk around, rounding up now. So you can make use of the time that is left very, very well. We have limited time. So now, one thing I want to adopt in our lessons so far is interactive lessons so that everybody will be involved in the class. And that's the reason why I said we may not be encouraging those who are not using or utilizing the video icon. This is because we believe that if we do that, we will be helping ourselves to know that we are together. Okay, so I'm still encouraging those who are yet to probably get their videos on too, because I'll be calling everybody as random. So nobody's exempted. Okay, I'm seeing people getting 30 and above here. I've only seen maybe 120 and above. So has everybody posted their results, please? Has everybody posted their results? Or is only one person that I'm only seeing very few people that have posted. So okay. Now, this is time for us to talk. I'm saying it's like everybody is good in what are we doing with listening? Everybody is already passed. Everybody's having 30 and above. So what are we doing here? Let's jump to reading. Well, by Monday we'll be on reading anyway, but to me, everybody's already well. Oh, okay, 27. Okay. Um See, let me say this to us. The most the most effective way, if I put it that way, to have IELTS class is by having real life practice. Many times, the atmosphere that most people face before the exam is not the same thing that they face in the exam. So they find themselves, getting under pressure that they did not put themselves before the exam. And whatever pressure you did not face before the exam, when you get to the exam, you will likely be moved by it. So it's good that we allow ourselves to, number one, expose ourselves to real exam conditions or close to it before we have the test done, so that we can actually affirm to ourselves that we are truly ready to confront the exams. And once you get to a particular level of parameter, you can tell yourself, if I go for IELTS listening module, I'm going to get 34. That is the most genuine level that is appropriate to go for, to prepare for IELTS. If you are still not sure of yourself or your mark, it is not wise, it's not the best to go for the exam. You must at least know what you will likely get if you sit for the exam. And listening, because it's one of the simplest, is better that one is able to handle it properly before the exam takes place. Okay, so having said that, and I'm seeing very good scores here, I like to ask us our secrets. If I have an answer is brains, did I fail? Yes, you did not get that. But if the answer is brains and you write brain, you miss the answer. That S disqualified you. So in marking, you should
But the
take it
head
off.
they put it in bracket.
If they if they put the S in bracket, then you got it. But if the S is not there at all, I mean, if the S is there and you didn't put it at all, okay, or they put the S is there and it's in bracket, then you could get them. That means you could take brain or brains. You understand? So now, with this course I'm having here, I like to ask us our secrets. Mrs. Let me see the people that submitted first, and then I can use that to judge. Okay. The first, Mrs. Onigboki did not show her video, so I want to take her mark. Though she didn't get very well anyway, but it's okay. We always 24 is a good score from at the beginning, but it's better that you want us to move forward. Miss Shilwat didn't show her video, so I won't take her result too. Okay. So because we actually said we should get our videos on. So Mrs. Anna. Okay. Miss Anna, Miss Anna, can you hear me? I
Yes,
think she
sir.
can. Okay. All right. So you got a very high score. How did you do it? What was your secret? And with you, how did you get it done? What was your secret?
Continuous practice.
No. What you did now? How did you like pick your answers? How did you um you know like make your choice of answers? Or was it that you have done this before and then you're just picking the answer from your mind that oh this one
No,
is
no.
uh so how did you get your answers? What were your tricks? What things you did?
I I used earpiece and I gave my full attention to it.
That's all.
Yes, and I was least like I gave rapt attention, so I was paying total attention to whatever they were saying.
So Mrs. Temi Love, I think the video is on. Can you tell us how you how you were able to trash it? Um, you had 34. So what did you do differently?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Where Yemi? Okay, yes, please.
Hello.
Okay, you are back. All right, thank you. So what did you do that probably helped to get a very good score? You got that's 7. Can you tell us? Yes. Can you hear me, please? Okay, I think he's not hearing me. Okay, Miss Okoyemi, can you tell us what you did? You had 32. Um, can you tell us what was the method? Because now she said the first person that I asked said rapt attention, consistent practice. She did not, she was following everything, every word for word, like that. So, what did you do different from that? Please, if you can still send your marks, please do. Ah, please can we hear? I'm not hearing now. Hello, can we hear her, please? I'm not hearing now. What's happening? I'm not hearing you, ma. Okay, let me test Victoria. Victoria,
Sir?
I'm not hearing Mrs.
I can't
Mrs.
hear her too. I
Eh.
think she doesn't know her mic is mute.
Okay, maybe it's not even more, but she's talking, but I'm not hearing what she's saying. Okay. So, well, since we are not able to hear, can you tell us how you were able to? Okay, you say you are not fully committed to.
I was, but I was distracted at some point. I was distracted.
Okay, okay. So she said she's trying to unmute.
Okay.
What's happening? Okay. All right. So, everyone, I think there's no one that is left yet. Okay, I think I saw a result from Mrs. Oluashola. Just can you tell us? I think you are 34, from what I saw. Just can you tell us how you got that? Well,
37.
oh,
37.
37. That's the highest score I've seen so far. Have you done that before, or probably you
Yes, this is the second attempt. I did
second
it in the
attempt?
morning. I got 35.
Obajo, no. Anyway, tell us what you did differently. There's something I'm waiting to hear that I've not had, so I probably trying to see if okay. I've not called Miss Oyeshode. Oyeshode. Okay. So tell us what you did.
Yes, I was able to underline the keywords in the question, the verbs
Underline the keywords. Okay.
and the nouns. Then I was
Okay.
following with rapt attention.
Short attention. Okay. Thank you very much. Miss Oye, Shode, sorry, help me if I'm not getting your name pronounced very well. What do you do differently?
Okay. Oh, yes, so this, sir. Mm,
Okay, that means I got it.
okay. Apart from what they've said, another thing that helped me was actually predicting what the speaker would say next,
Okay,
like
predictive
following through
instinct.
the conversations and then trying to imagine what would be the
The man is
response.
going to
And
say. Very good. All right, now for everyone, thank you very much for the trials. I don't know whether there's anybody I've skipped yet, but I'm not able to get Mrs. Okoyemi. I think she's having issues with her mic, but I hope she's able to get through. Mrs. Temi too. I'm trying to unmute her to publish for you to tell us what she did differently. Now, listening for me will not develop if your hearing accent or your hearing ability is zero. I don't care how you want to get that done, but you must hear what they are saying. And I said yesterday that if they are using English that we all know that we are familiar with, that's the Nigerian English, will you be able to hear? Everybody said yes. So I think the first issue is how clearly can you hear what they are saying? If you cannot hear what they are saying, it will be difficult for you to get anything. Okay, so training yourself to hear what they are saying is the first and foremost aspect of hearing. You must train yourself properly, and that is going to help you a lot. And that will come by what you listen to. You cannot afford to watch anything outside of European, Australian, and American English henceforth. Otherwise, you're going to put yourself under pressure because you will not get what they are saying. So you must try to like fix yourself up with that aspect of listening every single time. Now, training yourself to have predictive instinct, like Mrs. Oyeshode said, is a very powerful skill. But you see, you cannot have that skill if you do not have, let me tell you the truth, those with predictive instinct tend to have very higher scores compared to those with just hearing ability. Okay. Please, if you check the chat room, there is a particular stuff, but I will hand over to Mr. Bella when it is time. So, but we want to try and get ourselves to assess what we have done previously. So today, I just want to roll over what we did yesterday and my own little thoughts about what I am saying from our results is that it seems to me that everybody is getting better with listening, and that is good. But don't be too happy if you do not practice listening at least twice in a week or thrice in a week. You will be putting yourself in a risk of getting a very low score in the exam. I know of somebody that had written the exam 4 times. The first time she wrote the exam, she had 8.5 in listening. The second time, she had 7. The third time, she had 8. By the time she wrote the fourth time, she had 6.5. No, the third time she had 6.5. And then the fourth time, she had 8. Now, I now asked her, why did you have 6.5? Because she had 6.5 the third time, she had to write the fourth time. The result she had that third time was okay. She had 7.5 in the other results. But that 6.5 was the weak point. So I asked her, why did you have 6.5 in listening? She said, because she thought she knew it. So she started practicing. This feeling of what they want to say. You should be just to pay attention, just be concentrate. You just be following what they are saying. And she didn't know that if you don't practice, even what and somebody was saying, I've done it before. See, let me tell you something quickly. You will train your predictive instinct by repetitive practice, even of what you have done before. Because the more you hear the exams in your year, the more you can feel what they will likely say because you have had it before. And it is good not for that particular course, but for the next one you're going to listen to. Because there's what we call distraction or distractive acts when you are doing this listening test, whereby you assume that the examiner has already said the answer, whereas he didn't even say the answer at all. You understand? Now, let me give you an example. I think I gave this example yesterday. I'm asking what are the equipments or what are the substance or what are the tools or whatever that are not allowed in the house. The answer is school bag. But I want to mention, I now give option of earpiece and phone. So the answer is school bag. I give option of earpiece and phone. And I said, um, well, earpiece should have been disqualified from being taken into the building, except the fact that it does not pose any immediate danger. Now, the word should have been disqualified if it was under exam tension and you don't have the predictive instinct. You're going to click the answer because you will have had disqualified. Nothing that should have means that there was a possibility that it was not disqualified. And I think it was me, CPM, that asked question yesterday. And I said, when you have not had a outright yes or a outright no, don't pick your answer. For the phone, there was a time that a number of persons tried to hack the system, and so phone was put on the danger list. They have not said phone was disqualified. They only said it was put on the danger list. However, there is nothing stopping the use of phone in the building. Kai, some people would have said phone was the answer because they believe that you know since they said phone was on the danger list. They now said, however, school bags are not allowed. Honestly speaking, people would have picked phone. They would not even hear that school bag was not allowed because it was not outrightly. They didn't pay attention based on lack of predictive instincts. And these things come from how much you have exposed yourself to practice. You can't over practice. The worst you will get is 9. Let's say, yeah, motivate you to 50, 20 times. If you like it 100 times, as long as you have not done the exam, you have not done it. And as long as you have not done it, you can't tell whether you know it or not. So before you can give yourself a judgment, go and do it first. Okay? That is the wisdom. And so please never, all right, sir. Mr. Innocent, yeah, we got that right, okay? So never allow yourself to get to the point when you feel like wow, and all that. No. Until you do the exam, you don't know anything about listening. If you like get 40, you don't know anything. And so that should be our mentality when you are dealing with listening. Don't assume that you know until you have done the exam and passed. So I will recommend that as much as possible, continue to get materials to practice until the day you are writing the exam and you passed. Continue. So tonight, listening is simple. Anybody can pass it, but the skills must be honed, must be brushed. You keep brushing up the skills, and then you will not have any reason to be under pressure when the exam comes. I want to say a few things before I invite Mr. Bella. Please, if you are in this class, let me encourage consistency in your coming. Whatever you are picking from this class and other classes you have attended, it is not as important or as relevant as what you have actually not had before. What I mean is that it is better not to come to this class at all than to come to this class and not apply in in every respect what you are hearing here. It is just the best wisdom. So please let us do our best to ensure consistency in number one, practicing what you have learned, and then presence in class. If you can make good use of this class, you'll be okay to write the exams. The last assessments we had, a lot of people did very well in listening, reading, but there were a lot of casualties when it came to writing. So we'll be paying more attention to practical during this particular section for writing. But I will plead with us that we do not take consistency in attendance for we do not take consistency in attendance for granted. Let us be involved. And if you know anything that we are not saying, don't say he's the teacher, so let him say everything. Please feel free to communicate it to the house. It's an interactive section. And then we can actually get the best from it. Did we encounter maps in this particular test? Did you encounter maps? Did you see any maps? Or are there maps?
Yes, so there were
Yes, sir.
maps and it was horrible
There was map.
because I could not even attend.
You didn't talk about that now. Why now? So we would have actually glossed over that. Who got everything on that map? Who got everything?
I did. I got
Wasn't
Okay.
even
I
close.
missed just one.
Wasn't even
You,
close to where the
you
map
missed
is.
just
Then
one.
what is that?
Please, Mrs. Solution, tell us the secret. Please, if you
26.
got everything or you missed just one, how
No,
did you
that's
do
not
it?
map.
Oh?
No.
I was using my pencil to locate
26 to
because
30
I
is
saw
map.
the
Abi. It's not 26 to 30.
cardinal point, not southwest east.
16 to.
So I was using the pencil on the other hand to locate.
I
While
missed
the other
one.
hand too, I was using it to look for the answers.
Now, let me tell you something. I think you should learn under that I apply this for list for reading, but you can apply it for listening. Okay, are we together, please? I call it brutality. Are we together? You see, when you are dealing with IELTS, you have to be brutal with yourself, especially in the place of practice. That's the reason why you cannot afford distraction in any way. The moment distraction comes up, it becomes very difficult for you to concentrate, so much so to the point of being able to get the answer. So, for instance, now you have already. Now, let me give you a typical way I address IELTS for listening. This is my booklet. I'm already trying to hear welcome to Cambridge 244, whatever. I just pick my pen, I start ticking the keywords. I start ticking the keywords aggressively and angrily because I'm that exam must die that day. I don't care. You see, when your mentality is like a battle mentality, it reduces the tension of fear because it looks like you're fighting an enemy. So, and you know one thing, if you want to fight an enemy, and you go to the enemy and like, you know you have already lost the battle. you at least even if you cannot fight, just do your best like you're angry. So so that kind of mentality, and then I keep ticking, I keep marking, and so once I hear turn to question one, I'm in question one waiting to hear question one. So the moment I hear the keyword of question one, I try to answer. I go to question two, I try to answer. Now, if you are not as fast as that in moving to the next question, and some of us, when we get one question, we are so overwhelmed. Wow, I got it! And then we now stay on that question. We now start following them. You can't follow these guys; they are too fast. And by the time you are following them, they just dribble you. By the time they just dribble you, bam, bam. Just one distraction is okay. You are already away. You are already inside one gutter. By the time you come out of the gutter, you're already in number 10. Number 10, baby. Now you are trying to run through to see how you can whatever. And out of self-pity, whenever they say, please check your answers, know that, and you to start checking, know that you're in trouble. Because that please check your answer is for morning people. Morning. Ah, Moshele, hey! Actually, it's for people that are morning. You're morning, but of course, you can't raise the dead already. You can't raise that dead again. You're not going to hear the words they're going to say. So why are you checking answer for what is already gone? So best bet, move to the next question, keep on ticking, keep on ticking. So you see, the more acquainted you are with the words you know, the better you are with the words you don't know. And that means if I'm able to pay more attention to all the parameters that I see on the map, all the words on the map, I can use those words to tie down the answer that I have to because both the words that are on the map that I know and this, I am trying to wait carefully. And once they speak it, I use it to trace the ones I don't know from their speech and get my answer. And the moment I get my answer, I move to the next word I know, waiting for them to mention it. As soon as they mention it, I pick that word, I use it to trace my answer to the ones I don't know. All right. Once I get that one, I drop it, I move to the next one. So you see, the pace at which I'm moving forward to pick the next answer becomes my own tool to overcome them. Because if they don't give me those keywords, they have killed me. So it's like this. The IELTS people, they gave us the key. They now came as the door. So if you lose the key, you will miss the door. And the key is your keywords. So the moment you are able to pick that keyword, just be waiting for the door to appear. As soon as they mention those words and you just perceive that they are saying that, you just put your key inside and try to see if you can open. Once you open, go to the next what now? The next key. You see, you don't rejoice until you're in number 40. You know something that's very pathetic. When you get to number 40, for example, and we will round up the session in 3 minutes because I want Mr. Brown to come. Once you get to number 40, number 40 in like 3 or 4 sentences, you know that people are in trouble with that. After the banana and the cassava are very aggressive, still waiting. Hey, what are they in the Bible? And you can now say you are rejoicing. But if you have not had number 40, please don't ever assume success. Just wait till they finish before you start jumping and saying, wow, it's a wonderful exam. So, and of course, the training section is actually for you to be able to know the acceptable words. Some of the time you have issues with PM, issues with AM, maybe there's a dot in between, or issues with maybe 9 o'clock, is it semicolon or full or column? By the time you are used to the answers, you can know that whenever I'm writing 9 o'clock, I'm not going to be writing 9 and capital letter AM. I'm going to write a small letter. So that allows you to get used to the frame, the pattern to which they are expecting you to answer the question or the exact words they want you to use. One more thing I want to say before I round up is remember to follow instructions. Some of us will have missed the answer because we did not use the instructions that they gave us. And if you don't use the one that they gave you, you will have problem with your score. Because if you don't follow instructions and you even if you get the answer, you are wrong. You are still wrong. So the wisdom is attempt following instructions as suitably as you can and see how much it's going to help you to you know succeed in the exam. Okay, now somebody was asking to talk about maps. Well, the simple thing about map is that it's as simple as every other thing, but every keyword on the map is important. Every keyword on the map is important. So don't ever take it for granted. Don't assume that probably there's one word that you may not need. Every keyword is important. Okay? So I want to hand over to Mr. Bella now. we want to try and find a way around um, helping ourselves to assess how better we become. I mean, we are at every junction of the test, so that we don't assume that we are actually moving forward when actually we are far behind. So, Mr. Bella, over to you, sir. Okay. Mr. Bella, over to you, sir. Mhm. Ah,
We can't hear you, Mr. Tunde.
aha. Can't hear, so
Hello?
yeah, very good. We can hear now.
Okay, okay. So, good evening, everyone. So what I'm trying to do
Good
is
evening,
to
Mr.
evaluate
Tunde.
the learning we're having. So it's a good thing to come on, Mr. Stevie, and it talks, and we believe you're all listening. We need to be able to try and measure what we're doing. So this is not like we're testing Mr. Steven. We just want to evaluate what we're doing to be able to measure the learning we're achieving. So if you don't do well, Mr. Steven will be getting the stick. So please do well. Um, if you have a look on the link I've posted, it's menti.com. There's a code you will enter in there. Just so you know, all the questions have been drawn up by Mr. Stephen. The answers have been provided by Mr. Stephen as well. So this was from last class, that's yesterday. So if you please click on the link, the Menti link, and enter the code. The code is 447217. So I've put the link on there. Just click on the link. The link should take you to. So we have 2 people who have joined already. If you click on the link, it's www.menti.com. It's in the group chat. Click on the link and enter the code 447217. We have 3 people who have joined already. So the idea of this is you'll be asked questions about the class you've attended. We want to see what information you've retained, if you've learned anything, if there's a need to address the class again. Because if you just talk, and you think, oh yeah, they understand. But what if they don't? So measures like this help us know, oh, this class has been well done. We don't need to go back to it. People understand it. Let's go on to the next one. Because at the end of the day, we want to be able to have good success rates from all our candidates. So these are ways of ensuring that learning is done optimum level. So we have 8 people who have joined. I won't take too much of your time. If that's just a number of people who want to participate, it's fine. So we'll be asking you questions, and the questions will come up on your screen and you answer the question. Let's see if I should just share my screen. Let me share my screen. Just give me a second. I'll share my screen so that we can all see. So share my screen. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now. Let's put this on the side. So let's start. So we'll just start the quiz down. We have 11 people who have joined. Start. So the question is on your screen. The two listening key skills are, you have 20 seconds to answer. There's time up there. So out of 7 people who have participated in this round, 5 people got the answer right. So the two listening key skills are listening, accent, and predictive instincts. Next question. So right now we have, who's leading? We have Olushola leading this round. First person to get the answer correct.
Wow, I love this.
This is the second question. How do you sustain concentration in a listening test? We have 12 people on this round. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time up. Oh, well done, everyone. Everyone got this one right. It's all there. Focus on listening, the keywords while the conversation is being heard. Mr. Steven just mentioned it a few minutes ago, to always look out for the keywords. Let's see who's leading this round. So Olushola maintaining her lead. Okay, Olushola. Victoria won this round, but still tailing behind Olushola. Well done, everyone. We'll go on to the next question. What is your most effective approach to listening test? It's 20 seconds. We have 12 people participating. Well done. So this is a very dicey one. It says, what is your most effective approach to listening test? Yeah, it is good to practice adequately, but what will get you across the line better is pick keywords ahead of the conversation. Like Mr. Stephen will say, start before they start. Start before they start. Let's see who is leading this round. 6 people got it right, 6 people got it wrong. Is Olushola able to hold on to her lead? Oh, wow, Olushola is still leading. Okoro Innocent has won this round. Well done. Okoro is now on the third. Oh, Victoria has dropped. So let's go on to the next one. This question, what is the best way to improve your listening skills? You have 20 seconds.
Oh, no.
Okay. So on this one, almost everyone got the answer correct. It's reading and listening in a daily basis. Mr. Stevens said, stop all our Yoruba movies for now until you pass the exams. Those things help. The idea of this class is to give you the skills to ensure you excel at the exam IELTS. So who's won this round? Oh, this Olushola Nobuko.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we have Olushola, Taylor Swift. Okoro is really coming up. Let's see, do we have any more questions? I think we have one more question and that's all. So multiple choice questions are seen off. How do you approach it? 20 seconds. And time up. Let's see how many people got it right. So out of the 12 people participating, we have people who got the, yeah. So the best approach is to underline all the keywords, both questions and choices. Stevie said that's the best approach here. Let's see the lead. Sheila holding on strong. Taylor Swift. Okoro Innocent on this. Oh, wow. So this is the end of this evaluation session. Sheila has come up tops. Let me just stop sharing the screen and let's see who Olushula is. So I think we're back. Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so the idea behind that is to so this was supposed to start the class, but I wasn't ready because it was just something we just thought of. I said, let's just see how this can help with our learning. So maybe it will either be this way, either be at the end of the class or at the beginning of the class. So if it is at the beginning of the class, it will be talking about the class you had the last.
Yes.
So that helps refresh one's memory about what has been learned the last class, and then you start the new class. Because in learning here in the UK, this is what tends to happen. You do like a refresh of what you've done previously and then link it onto the day's class. So I'm thinking how we can integrate that into our learning. Some people are abstract learners. Some people like to see things to learn. Some people will remember this game we have done. It will be their own way of learning. So just having a multi approach to effective learning is what we're looking to implement here. So thank you all for participating. God will help you all pass all the exams when you write them.
Amen.
Amen.
I'll hand over
Thank
back
you.
to you, Mr. Stephen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Stephen, back to you.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
You're welcome, sir.
Hi, Mr. Steven.
Yeah, how many of us enjoyed that section, please?
I
did.
did. We enjoyed it. It's just
Okay.
that
The quiz was really good. I didn't
the
even know I
speed
was
is
going
too
to
fast.
get
It's actually
anything
too
so
fast.
well.
It's a fastest finger game. So we can't really like even assimilate. You just have to pick a particular answer very fast. So you cannot
Now,
really go for the options.
I think the
And
thing
one
You know,
is,
thing
it was just to
said,
test run it and see how
yeah,
effective and how welcoming it will be. So we'll try and
Yeah.
structure it such that it's a reasonable time frame, and we don't want to spend
Okay.
too much time on it as well. It has to be measurable and not drag out too long, because in the exam it doesn't give you time to think too much, you know. So
yeah.
that's usually the test.
Well, for me, I think we can maintain the 20 seconds because if you know, you know. If you know, you know. So it's not a matter of it's not a matter of thinking in the sense that you are not expected to cram. So it's a matter of application, what you have been used to. If probably we have learned the skills, how much have learned us? How much have we been able to apply the skills appropriately? So something you have been doing repeatedly, you will not have to think to do it. So you don't have to like, let me think. It's
That's
your
right.
fingertip. Just point out the way you have been applying it. So for those who have been applying the listening skills, I mean, at the way it comes, you will likely not have problems answering the questions. Okay. So now, I think we will be doing this before every test, before every lessons, in the sense that number one, we can assess your level of knowledge before the class and after the class. So on Monday, we're going to be having the reading class. And we'll be having this mentee test before the class starts. Then we have a section, a reading section to cover everything about reading. And then by the second day, we'll now have it again before the, so and on that second day, we are going to be having a short reading mini test too, to know, to see how much we are able to inculcate this stuff. So we'll be having both the mentee test and reading test in the second day of our reading class before we now wrap up the show for reading. So I'd like to know if you have questions about listening. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think you should have questions on listening, because all that matters is practical, practical, practical. So how much can you apply what you have learned? That's all that matters for listening. But you may still have one question or the other, so I will allow you to ask before we end the section for today. So if you have questions, um,
So there's something I'd like to suggest, Mr. Steven.
yes, sir.
I'm looking at suggesting we have a day where all we'll do answer questions. Have a section where we answer
Okay.
questions. Because at the end of the day, when you pass the exam, what do you want to do with the results? What happens next? This is what I call more like futuristic thinking, like you're thinking ahead. Okay, we hope you pass the exams. So what happens next? If you're a nurse, where do you want to go? What can you use the result for? You know, if you're, say for example, you want to go to UK, that's where I know of. What things will you be needing to do? Some people were contacting me recently and saying the EU is no longer allowing Nigerians into their country. I'm thinking, okay, where did you get the information from? Someone said they heard it from the radio. Someone, they could not really substantiate where they got the information from. There are quite a few things that you might know of that might be right. There are things you might know that might not be right. So I'll say, maybe try and arrange a date where all we'll do is answer whatever questions you have, um, and at least it gives you like a direction of travel. You know that, okay, this is what I'm achieving now. Once I finish this is the next thing I need to do. Or, you know, so like some people, they want to write CBT before writing IELTS. I say to them, CBT has 2 years validity. What if you don't pass your IELTS within that 2 years? There's someone who I'm speaking to that contacted me, I think yesterday or yesterday. And their question is, what can they do? So the CBT expires in August. So now they're saying, will they be able to get here by August? So this person must have passed CBT maybe like almost 2 years ago now, and did not pass IELTS about the same time. So you can save yourself that pressure, that hassle. So these are some of the things that people might want to know. Oh, is the best way to do I need to pay agents to help me with the relocation? Because people pay, they pay people to help them do visiting visas and all of that. You now think, okay, so if someone is helping me to get a visa, which I'll be staying there, I might as well pay them to help me do the process. So all these questions are things I think we should have a session and address, and at least it gives us like you can probably like take notes, at least you have, you know, what you're working with, like a plan. So that's my suggestion. I'll let us come up with a date that will be convenient. You can share with your friends and colleagues as well. Finally, I'd like to say, please, because I've had people who have accused me still. Do you know some people still believe that this is not real, that this is a scam? You just say, oh, it's free, but it is actually not free, that you might have to pay money or something. It is totally free. So if you can tweet it, if you can post it on Facebook or WhatsApp, that there are some people who actually give this class for free. So there are 2 things that can happen. One, it gives validity to what we do to say it is genuinely true. 2, it can start to touch the hearts of people who charge to do IELTS, to say, okay, If some people are doing it for free, they'll just try and do it for free. So we have a culture of helping one another. Because at the end of the day, if you have this knowledge, you can share it. And people can come out of the poverty and hardship they are in currently. So yeah, I think it would be nice if you can share it on your social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, and please tag us, overseeing nurses. Tag us and we can retweet and share, and so people can actually know that it is possible to do it for free. People might not know how to. We can teach, or we can share the model with you to say it is something you can do. Let's help ourselves. So yeah, that's my last. I thought I should add.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir. So well, since I'm feeling there are no more questions, so I'm going to allow us to leave. So let's
Thank
prepare
you, sir.
for the next class will be Monday, not tomorrow. The next class is going to be Monday. So on Monday we'll be focusing on reading tests. I'm reading specifically, but get ready for the mentee test, and then we have a great class on Monday too.
Yeah, sorry. Finally, please, I might not be able to send reminders every time. Please, it is important that people it's important that people are intentional about their progress. So even if you don't see reminders, the classes will hold on those days. I came on yesterday and I was really, I think I was in a, someone was asking me that is the class holding? I was like, come on. The class holds on so days. Why are you asking? Why don't you even go and check if the class is holding or not? So please, we might not be able to send reminders. Just know that on the days we've agreed here, the class will hold. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so thank you everyone, and
Thank
I
you,
hope you
Mr.
have
Steve.
a great night.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye bye.
So,
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
hello.
God bless you, sir.
Yeah, so I'm coming up now.